as a level 1 candidate. We have relaxed the criteria pretty much over the last few years and try to bridge that gap between academia and industry. Now, if you are somebody who's pursuing your undergrad program, right, and you're 2 years away from completing your undergrad program, you can start your journey for CFA program right away. So the first level 1 exam you can give if you are within 2 years of your undergrad examination or clearing your undergrad program. Level 2 can be given when you're in your final year of your undergrad, and for level 3, you have to be a graduate. So that's the relaxation which was not there a few years back. We brought it down. So take this opportunity. I highly encourage. Uh, Employers in Sri Lanka have told us time and again that they want the resources, they want the talent coming out from college who have that knowledge and skill set. So it's up to you on how you charter that journey to the opportunity that is waiting for you right now. Just some quick overview on exam fees and deadlines, etc. Now, the level 1 exam is available 4 times in a year, starting from February, May, August, and November are 4 windows when you can attempt the level 1 exam. Now, registration for each of this window opens up about 9 months in advance. So right now, if you talk in a few days' time in February, we'll open up the registration for the next November exam. That's 9 months away, right? So registration will start on 8th February for the November 2024 exam. Currently, it's May and August registrations are open. We close registration 3 months in advance of any window. So if you look at February 24, and if you look at the third blue row over here, standard registration deadline. So we have already closed the February 24 window registration for this on 8th November 2023. We are giving you enough time to prepare. So there's 300 hours, which I mentioned earlier, can easily be covered during the course of this preparation and time that we provide. Level 2 is available 3 times a year. Level 3 is available twice in a year. Moving on. Sorry, I want to touch upon one more aspect. Now, we have two different timelines or deadline to register. One is the final deadline, that's a standard registration deadline. And then there's an early registration deadline, which basically provides you an opportunity to register at a lower fee. Now, early registration deadline comes in within 2 months of us opening the exam window. So if I look at, say, an August 2024 exam, we opened up registrations on 14th November and we closed the early registration on 23rd Jan. I'll explain you the difference over here right now in the next slide and how it impacts your cost. Of course, apart from the preparation, which you'll get more time. For anyone who's newly joining into the program, you have to pay as a one-time enrollment fee of USD 350. In addition, you'll either end up paying us $940 or $1250, depending on which cutoff do you register for. If you register within the early registration timeline, you will pay us $350 plus $940. Else, you have to pay us $350 plus $1250. Now, these are the exam pricing for February 2024 window onwards. So always keep look out for the website for any updates to this. I understand this pricing is not small amount, especially in the context of the market that we are operating or we are living in right now in Sri Lanka and all the economic challenges that we have gone through, right? So we do extend scholarships. There are 2 scholarship programs that CFA Institute offers. There are more than 2. There is also a student scholarship, which I'm not covering here. It's more relevant for people who are part of the university affiliated with CFA Institute. But just highlighting on these 2, because the window for application of Access and Women's Scholarship is now open. If you apply for Access Scholarship and are approved, your one-time enrollment fee gets waived off and your total registration fee comes down to $300. Likewise, for Women's Scholarship, a similar thing, your one-time enrollment fee gets waived off and total registration fee becomes $400. Now, the window for Access Scholarship is currently open. This is second window for the cycle, and it will close on 21st February 2024. The application is online. We will ask you a series of questions plus a couple of essays that you need to submit, and your results will be announced no later than 5th of April. So if you want to avail this opportunity and try your luck at Access Scholarship, please go ahead and register right away. In case if you do not get selected also for the Access Scholarship, then you're still given an early registration fee for the next upcoming open window. The criteria for Access Scholarship is we do look at your need, the financial need, especially with why you can't afford the program and your intention and interest to build a career in the industry. Likewise, for women's scholarship, we want to encourage more and more women candidates to join the profession, and that's where we have kept this scholarship. The timeline is immediate for this. The window has been open for some time and it will close on 5th February. So if there are women candidates on this webinar, please go ahead and check the requirements and apply it right away. You can reach out to the society for further guidance. You can follow us on all social media. CFA Institute continues to share all relevant information through our social media channels. So please connect with us in any of the channels, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. I'll now like to pass the mic back to Aruna, and I'll happy to take questions later on in the session as well. Aruna, back to you.
Right. Thank you, Sachin, for that insight presentation. So we will next move on to Travis Gomez, who will speak about the careers in finance and some of the facilities that have been offered by our candidate council. Over to you, Travis. Travis, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone can hear me clearly. And thanks, everyone, for joining at this time during the middle of the day. So I just want to touch on two things. One is picking up from where Sachin highlighted on some of the career insights about the job roles that the CFA program can open up. I just want to add a few more insights based on my experiences and the context of the local market. As well as in terms of some of the support that we're offering through the CFA Society, apart from the scholarships and other support that the Institute offers. So just to start off, I want to highlight this data point, which shows where the candidates in Sri Lanka are working in terms of the different sectors. So Sachin showed in terms of across the finance field, there's a broad range of job roles that you can get into. So what this is showing is over the past 10 years, where the candidates have been working. So you can see that, I mean, given the nature of the CFA program, it's understandable that a lot of people, the sort of the roles that they are gravitating towards is in the banking and finance industry, as well as a lot to do with like research and consultancy services. So the vast majority are in those fields, as well as related fields like accountancy, as well as another sizable amount, of course, is with financial services. So this would be like the stockbroking industry, the credit rating agencies, regulators. So majority of the activity is in those fields. But at the same time, I also want to highlight that there is a significant number of candidates who work in large corporates. So this would be large conglomerates, both local and global, as well as companies across a range of industries. So that's also something I want to highlight, that the CFA program is not something, it's not just limited to the finance field. There is, it opens up a whole range of opportunities. And you kind of see that as well in terms of the specific, some of the names of the companies that candidates gravitate towards. So these are just showing the top 20 companies. So you can see there's a range of consultancy services, those in like research organizations, banks, both like local and global, as well as, large conglomerates, corporates like John Keel's. So there is, it's quite a breadth of industries and companies that candidates gravitate towards. So in that context, I want to sort of like share some thoughts in terms of how does the CFA program sort of support you in this, in terms of, getting into these well-known companies and sort of in terms of helping with your career prospects. So like Sachin said, there is the finance field, and I mean almost any industry, the scope of which is ever expanding. And currently in the context with where we are seeing things like AI and data science coming into the picture, there's many more new roles that are opening up just in the finance field. And this is just a snapshot of just some of those, the diversity of the roles that are there. So regardless of the kind of role that you go into, there's quite a lot of skills that are very transferable and are very common across all these different job roles. So these are some of the skills that I think, like Sachin highlighted, there is, if you go to the CFA Institute website on careers, there's quite a lot, a wide range of like resources and research that they have done on it. And these are some of the transferable skills that they highlight. So across whatever job role you're getting into, these are some of the common skills that you're going to need to like progress. And more recently, what has really been coming to the forefront is, apart from like all the technical knowledge that you're getting on your specifically chosen field, what is increasingly becoming important is these kind of like soft skills, your teamwork, your ability to understand and comprehend recent developments, to work together, and your communication skills. Those are coming to the forefront. And another important one is that given the sort of the range of industries and like job roles that we can get into, one that has really come to the forefront is what is called these T-shaped skills. So the idea is that, basically you have one core area, core pillar where you are specializing in. Maybe it's like in research or in the banking field or in the investment management field. There is some sort of core area which you focus on, but then you also need a whole range of having a broad breadth of understanding of a wide range of industries. That is, so this T-shaped skills is what is coming to the forefront, where you need to be comfortable with working across things that are maybe not directly related to your core area, but you have some level of understanding. And an important thing is that as you progress in your career, these T-shaped skills increasingly become important. And I would say it becomes more and more essential as you get into later stages of your career. So how does all of this tie in with the CFA program? Just to share some thoughts on this in terms of how the CFA program has helped me in terms of my career progression. So one goes without saying, the broad range of technical knowledge and practical skills that you get from this. I think the next speaker, Shehan, will talk a bit more in terms of the curriculum and the type of topics that you will be covering in the CFA program. But it basically, it speaks to that T-shaped skills of like having a broad range of understanding. For instance, maybe you've never done like economics before or quantitative methods before. So you might be coming from a completely different field into the CFA program. But nevertheless, it gives you an extremely good grounding in all of those subjects, where you have a very in-depth knowledge into that, which is also supplemented by some practical skills. So particularly candidates who are registering from this year onwards, an exciting new development has been the inclusion of the practical skills modules, which are directly relevant, which basically gives you an opportunity to apply some of the technical skills and the knowledge that you're learning from the CFA, from the syllabus, directly into practical situations, such as, for instance, like how to do financial modeling, how to apply skills in Python, how to the skills that you need as an analyst to make those investment calls. A lot of practical knowledge you will be getting through the program. So really, the CFA program really equips you with all the skills that you need to progress across the various job roles that you are looking into. The other thing is really developing those soft skills, because going through the CFA program, as Sajjan, it is to a certain extent, it is something that you need to put your effort into, in terms of like the hours of work you need to put into it, and really through that whole process of preparing for the CFA program, facing those exams, you're developing a whole range of skills that are extremely transferable. For instance, like being able to manage your time effectively. How are you going to act under pressure? How are you going to balance your like work and your studies? There's quite a lot of like skills that you would gain just by going through that program and coming out the other end of it. So that's another aspect. And of course, it's a globally recognized brand. So as you saw in terms of the companies that a lot of candidates work in, is both very well-known companies, both locally and globally. And that brand recognition of the CFA Institute really helps with that. Increasingly now, many more employers are now a prerequisite for joining, even at a very at an analyst at an entry role for many finance positions, finance related roles, is you need to be a CFA candidate, and if you have already completed level 1, made progress on that, that really gives you a leg up over other candidates. So that's another key development that's been happening. And so increasingly, having the CFA program is becoming a mandatory requirement if you want to break in and to have a successful career in finance or other related fields. And finally, of course, is that global network. So in my case, all of my previous managers have been like charter holders, and really it's been through the CFA, the program and the society that we're able to like connect with like future employers and really help with your with my overall development. And as Sachin said, it's not just the charter holders and the candidates in Sri Lanka, it's also globally. So you're connecting with sort of like a global network. So yeah, so that's my thoughts in terms of how the CFA program can really help you on your career journey. So if that hasn't convinced you, we also want to give as much support as we can to help you along with the career journey. So with that, I want to highlight some of the support that we are providing through the CFA Society Sri Lanka. So this is in addition to the scholarships and other support that the institute is providing. A specific initiative that we have from the CFA Society Sri Lanka under our candidate outreach initiative is the Candidate Council. So through the Candidate Council, our objective of this is to really create that sense of belonging amongst the candidates. Because given that the CFA program, many candidates who start on the program, maybe you are working, you might be working full-time while you're starting on the program. So maybe you don't have too much opportunity to like interact with other candidates, and maybe you don't know too many who are doing it. So really, one of our objectives of starting the Candidate Council was to bring candidates together so that to connect with them, and you can share your experiences and build a sense of community amongst the candidates. And in addition, to provide services that can support, particularly taking into account the local context, to help you with that exam success. So that's broadly sort of the intention behind starting the Candidate Council. And on that, I want to highlight a few of the services and benefits that are provided to Candidate Council members. So one is on the financial side of things, because we quite understand that this has been like a challenging few years for candidates in Sri Lanka, given all the economic hardships that have been going on. So one, of course, key thing is in terms of the scholarships that the CFA Institute is providing. And on top of that, these are two other benefits that from the CFA Society Sri Lanka is providing to support you in terms of making sure that you're able to get through the program to help you on the financial side. So one is with our partnership with HNB. So there's an exclusive HNB credit card that is offered to Candidate Council members, where using that you can convert your CFA program fees into a 0% 12-month installment plan, which you can make use of for Candidate Council members. So I think that has been a great help. And I think particularly during when with the financial crisis and during with restrictions on like foreign currency movement. I think that was something that was extremely helpful. And yeah, so that's one benefit that we offer. Another one is through our partner EduLoan. They provide with Yara Technologies, they provide a fintech platform called EduLoan, where through that platform you can basically access educational loan services and through this simple process. So that is another facility that we are offering. So they have basically partnered with various banks, and they are able to offer this very convenient way to sort of come to if you need some extra support in the form of like education loans, this is another option that we are providing. So those are on the financial front. On the other side, in terms of improving exam success, there is also a range of activities that we do. So one is when it comes to helping with the networking and bringing candidates together. We have social events and various networking events that we organize from time to time, which the candidate council members are invited to. So that's really an opportunity to like meet up and to like share your experiences, with the exams, with your, study method, as well as just a time to sort of like relax and get to know each other. Because that's also equally a key skill that you need as in working in finance is your ability to network and communicate. And also it opens up a lot of opportunities, such as professional learning opportunities. So through the CFA Society Sri Lanka, there are a number of webinars and educational programs that you can pursue, such as through our other education partners, such as equity valuation programs, Python and machine learning programs. So there's a range of programs that are offered to you, as well as volunteering opportunities for the various CFA Society Sri Lanka initiatives, as well as some exclusive discounts and other services that are provided through our providers, such as Alpha Business School, as well as exclusive content that has been prepared by charter holders, all of to help with your exam preparation. So if this is something of interest, so follow our activities on our social media channels, and if you're interested, you can sign up to be a member and avail yourself of these benefits. And one thing I want to leave you with is our CFA candidate handbook. So this is basically a one-stop sort of shop, which gives you all of the details relating to the CFA program, from the scholarships to the fees to all the various benefits that are provided through the candidate council. So please, scan this QR code and you can download our handbook, which will provide all those details for you. So thanks very much, and happy to take any questions at the end of this session. Thank you. Over to you, Arvind.
Okay, thanks, Travis. So before I invite Shehan, can I remind you that you may put your questions on the chat bar so that the panelists can look at it. So I would like to now invite Shehan Fernando, who is the CEO of Alpha Business School. He will explain about the study facilities offered at the Alpha Business School and also some salient features of the CA program. Over to you, Shehan.
Thanks, Aruna. Thanks a lot. Welcome everyone to yet another session organized by the CFA Society Sri Lanka. I am Shehan Fernando. I'm the CEO of Alpha Business School. We are the first and only provider for the CFA program in Sri Lanka to receive the candidate resource partner status. So we work together with the CFA Society Sri Lanka, and as Travis mentioned, along with the CFA Society Candidate Council as well. So I'm gonna speak to you about a few things. As you can see, my slide shows the different subject areas under each of the levels. So something that you will notice is, I'll share another slide which Sachin shared previously as well. Ethics is critical and very important throughout all three levels of the program. Okay. Whereas there are certain other topics like quantitative methods, financial statement analysis, okay, and corporate finance, which will reduce in its importance as it goes along to level 2 and completely be done away with when it comes to level 3. So then there are certain other topics like equity, which have a similar importance throughout the 3 levels. And we see that portfolio management has a lot of stress when it comes to the final level of the program. So in the initial 2 levels, you have 10 subject areas. And as you can see, the percentages are varying because the questions are also based on the syllabus areas and the percentages. And like what I said, like what Sachin shared with you, so the focus on each of the levels, okay, in all 3 levels, there's ethics, as you can see, equally focused and very, very important. And at the same time, at level 1, there's greater focus on things like the investment tools. As you can see, a greater share over there in terms of quantitative methods, economics, financial reporting and analysis, and corporate finance. Not that it moves away, but the stress on that part reduces a little bit, and there's greater focus on asset classes in the second stage, that is equity, fixed income, derivatives, and alternative investments. And the final level is a very great focus on this topic area called portfolio management and wealth planning. Okay, again, stressing on ethics. Okay, they say if you fail ethics, you fail the entire examination. That is because of the importance that the CFA society or the CFA institute places on this topic area called ethics. Right. In terms of the paper structure, there have been certain changes over the past, and this is what it is like in the current context. So each level, this is to clear all confusions and doubts. Although there's 10 subjects or 10 topic areas, it's not 10 examinations per level, it's just 2 examinations per level. And both papers will cover all areas of the syllabus combined together. Okay, so the 2 papers are broken down as the morning session and the evening session. So for each level, each paper is 2¼ hours. So 2¼ hours in the morning and 2¼ hours in the evening. And you will be sitting this exam in a exam center, which is selected by basically the CFA Society. So when you book your exam, you will be able to choose the exam center, not when you register for the exam. There's a booking deadline. So when you come into the booking deadline, based on the available centers, you can pick a place. And for level 1, it's 90 multiple choice questions per paper. So you have 135 minutes. 135 minutes to do 90 questions. So it's a very time-constrained exam as well. So you are having 1½ minutes per question, per multiple choice question. And each multiple choice question has 3 answers. So when you move on to the second level, it's 7 to 12 item set questions, combining 45 MCQs back again. So the difference between level 1 and level 2 is level 1, the 90 MCQs is standalone MCQs. So there is no link between one question to another. So, but when it comes to the second stage, as they said, 7 to 12 item sets, it's like tiny mini scenarios, 7 to 12 mini scenarios, and each scenario will have a choice of multiple choice questions, which is based on that particular area. Okay, so that's how the second level works. And third stage is a little different, where you have also essay type questions. Okay, so I think as students who are planning to pursue this program, I guess your target would be to take it a step at a time and obviously to focus on the initial level, and that would be 90 multiple choice questions in 2.25 hours, 2 papers like that. This is a bit of a plan, okay, in terms of how you can sit for the exams. So if you're planning to look at the level 1 exam, because as a tuition provider who works with the CFA Society Sri Lanka, I've got this question regularly. How fast can we finish this program? Okay, we have this success story from one of the Sri Lankan students who is now, I believe, a charter holder, Mr. Dihan, who is one of the fastest in the world to finish the 3 levels of CFA, which is in 18 months or 1.5 years. But obviously that has to also fall in line with how the CFA Institute offers the examinations, okay? So if you sit for August or November, okay, or even August or November, I'll take those two, then you will have to go sit for level 2 in either May, August, or November in 2025, okay? So there is no February sitting, okay? There is no February sitting. As you can see, level 1 is offered 4 times a year, level 2 is offered 3 times a year, and level 3 is offered 2 times a year, okay? So this is how the entire structure works, okay? So just for you to have an idea as to when you can finish the program, given that you are able to cross those hurdles at the respective times that are planned. This was shared, but I want to add on a little bit. So in terms of the August examination and the November examination, so I want to just touch on the May examination as well. I'm not going to go into detail of the May examination because the deadline is the 6th of February. We're having 6 days. So just in case anyone still wishes to sit for the examination in May, you still can register by the 6th of February and sit for the examination in May. So if one is to ask, is this too fast? Okay, so that all depends on the time availability that you have to commit towards the program. Okay, so overall, as Sachin suggested, as it's recommended by the CFA Institute, 300 hours is what they're talking about. If you can commit that time frame, okay, for the examination, then between say February to May, I don't see a reason why you shouldn't take it up for the May exam also. Okay, depends on the individual. Okay, so if not, obviously we have the options of August. If you think no, that's not enough time for me to commit that time frame, okay, of 300 hours. So let me look at the August or the November exam sitting. So for the August exam sitting, we just passed a week ago the early entry deadline, but you can still enter for the standard entry deadline. The November examination sitting is basically the early entry deadline is the 16th of April as per the website. Okay, and the standard deadline would be the 7th of August. So there's a $310 saving between the early entry and the standard entry deadlines. Okay, so and the August exam, they've scheduled, basically they have made available the examination week here also. That's the 20th to 26th August, and 30th to 19th November is for the November deadline. So you got to register online via the CFA website, that is cfainstitute.org, and you can make payments through any of the recognized credit cards, okay, which is available over here. And I have to stress on what Travis mentioned as well. So we also basically work together with the candidate council, and along with the candidate council, as he mentioned, you have the option of paying your fees via installments for the CFA registration. So basically your 1290 or 16, that is what many people would go for. So if you're going for that option, basically you can pay through installments. So this is our lecture panel. So this is for examinations targeting May and August 2024. As you can see, almost all lecturers are CFA charter holders. So what we offer basically is live online classes, because that has been the preference over basically the recent past, owing to the convenience that it offers. So live online classes, but just in case someone's gonna miss the lecture owing to work or a timing difference, maybe there's someone in this webinar who is joining from abroad, okay, so they are unable to join at the same time. So we offer the recordings of those live classes as well. So this is how Alpha Business helps one achieve their CFA dream, basically. As I mentioned, is all industry experience CFA charter holders. Okay, we do free CFA calculator training. We have an option where you can join with the where you get the calculator as well. It's a special calculator. We offer the Texas Instruments BA2 Plus Professional. And we offer a separate revision program included in our normal curriculum, in the sense, once you register for our tuition program, you don't have to separately register for a revision program, is all included. Okay. So we are happy to have been operating without any interruptions, breaks, since the commencement of Alpha Business School. We are on our successful 9th intake without any interruptions. And our students have shared some testimonials, which you can see on our social media pages, about how our classes help them to get through the exam. So overall, it's about 250 hours of classes approximately, along with the revision program. That is what we offer. And I too must stress on the fact that if you come in as a candidate council member, you get bargains on our tuition fees as well. So there's a lot of bargains for candidate council members. So might as well take that opportunity. It's a registration fee which is worthwhile spent, in my opinion. And you basically very immediately would recover that investment with the offers that they have in place. We also run a revision program for the level 2 examination, in addition to the full program coverage for level 1. So I'm just sharing a previous flyer that basically we published on our social media pages. And I believe my presentation is very short. I believe that concludes what I had to say. Aruna will take over, and we will be having a Q&A session. And I will invite all of you to throw in your questions. And I must thank the CFA Society Sri Lanka for organizing this session and partnering with us so that it will help the potential candidates to pursue their CFA program. And I saw some familiar names who had participated. So nice to see you as well. So we will be taking questions. Over to you, Aruna. Thank you.
Thank you, Shehan, for that the presentation. So let me throw some questions. Our generally regular questions that we get. The Sachin, this question is for Sachin. Whether anyone would get exemptions if you are a graduate, or if you are a accounting professional, or if you have a PhD.
Thanks.
Whether anyone would get exemption for the CFA program. Yeah. Yes,
right,
over to you.
Thanks, Aruna. Yeah, I think it's very good question. And the answer is no. All candidates, irrespective of your education background or professional experience background, everyone will start at level 1. So there is no exemption given to any of the levels. You have to start at level 1 and proceed sequentially to level 2, level 3 accordingly. Aruna?
All right. Okay. So the next question, my next question to you, because there are some undergraduates who are joined here, can they register while they are in the university for the CFA program? If so, when can they register? If you can elaborate a little more about the current policies.
All right, great. Yeah, thanks for again asking me the question and reiterating the point on when you can start your CFA journey. For those in the university, if your graduation, your completion of your undergrad program is within 2 years, then you can pick up an exam date right away. Just taking an example, we are in Jan 2024, and currently, as we had, all three of us had highlighted, May is closing in another 6 days, but you have August and November available. So if you were to pick up August 2024 as an exam window in university, make sure that your graduation is within 23 months. That is 2026, right? At least June, July of 2026 or prior, you're completing your undergrad. So that's when you can start within 2 years of your undergrad completion. I hope that answered the question, Aruna.
Yes, I think quite clear. Apart from that, that question was for the undergraduate. So if you are employed, uh, how much of flexibility you have in terms of accessing the material, and of course, Shehan also can maybe elaborate how best they can deliver for CFA program for the working crowd. Uh, what are the choices they have?
All right. So I'll take the first part and I'll let Shayan cover the second part. For the employed professionals, I'm assuming most of you, if not all, would have already completed your graduation. So that directly takes off the first criteria to get into the program. Either you're an undergrad within 23 months or you've completed your graduation. So if you've already done that, you can come into the program based on that particular criteria. But for some reason, if you've not completed your graduation and you've directly started employment, then we look at experience as an alternate path as well. We look at about 4,000 hours of experience, need not be investment related for you to enter into the program. But this is the criteria which is least used. So if you're fulfilling the other criteria that you're a graduate, please do register right away. I'll let Shayan cover on the second aspect on how they support the employed candidates in their learning and teachings.
Yes, Shan. Employment candidates, yes, what support, and in terms of the material, once they are registered, do they get material from CFA, or do you provide material from Alpha Business School?
Yes.
What options do they have? Yes.
Yes, thanks, Arun. So basically, when you register with CFA Institute, you get the study material along with question banks to mock exams. So this is a question not only employed students, but actually unemployed, those who are in universities. They've thrown this question at me over the years. Should we get any other material from external source? I'm moving away from the original question also for everyone's understanding. My personal opinion is basically the CFA Institute provided material is quite thorough and quite sufficient. Okay, there's a lot of questions to cover along with the mock exams. So all candidates employed and all candidates who are basically graduates, everyone will receive this. And I believe that would be sufficient. Okay. In Alpha Business School's point of view, what we additionally offer is basically the handouts, which can be basically the content which comes in a bit of a summarized form as prepared by the lecturers along with the live classes. And for someone who is employed, maybe they work on Saturdays, etc., where classes are happening. So they may be able to, not that they maybe offer everyone the recordings, so they can cover up their missed sessions through the recordings. So this is what Alpha Business School provides basically the candidates.
All right. Okay. Thank you. So Sachin, I'll move on to the question of the scholarships. Would you once again reiterate who would entitle for these scholarships offered by the CFA Institute?
Okay. So the Access Scholarship is open for everyone who needs the financial support that CFA Institute is providing, right? We'll look at this is a need-based scholarship. So we'll look at your financial status and extend the scholarship. So, and if you're applying as a candidate, you can apply at all the levels, level one, level two, level three, all levels is possible. But you can't apply it all together. So when you're starting off, you apply for each level, give the exam, complete the exam, and then proceed on and go into the application process once again when the next window opens up. So it's applicable across levels. And yeah, that particular criteria for access is open to everyone. We look at financial need. For women scholarship, it is essentially for the female candidates that we look at. Finance, we do look at their background as well, but their interest and need to pursue the program is the other criteria. Aruna?
Yeah, yeah, right. So also, Sachin, if you can clarify, sometimes we see the students apply for the scholarships and then sometimes those are not granted. So they would like to know why it is not granted. And also what happens is then they are missing the early bird registration offer. So in that circumstances, what can the CFA Institute do?
Yeah. So to answer the first part of the question, while we extend scholarship, there is still a limited amount that we roll out globally, and we roll out into all markets that wherever we are present, right? So the number of scholarship that we roll out, though it's significant, I think I had showed it in the scholarship slide that we had on how many access and women's scholarship that we give out every year. But it is still limited to the number of applications that we get. So not every student will ultimately get it. We will compare each applications within market, not across the globe. So if we are getting, say, 50 applications from Sri Lanka and 1,000 from India, we'll not compare the applications from Sri Lanka to with those from India. We'll compare the applications of Sri Lankan candidates amongst themselves and accordingly decide who all can get it. There will be a specific quota for each market that goes through. So that's the background or reason why some candidates do not end up getting the scholarship, right? It's just who needs it more, right? I think that was the first part of the question that we had. And
Yeah.
the second part, what is the second part? I'm not sorry if you can come back again on that.
The Yeah, the second part is about the early bird discount because you tend to miss
Correct.
the early bird discount.
Correct. Yeah. So coming back to it, now we have one application window open for access scholarship. We'll close it by February. I shared the date earlier. So if anyone gets a scholarship, they'll be notified no later than the first week of April. So they can use this scholarship across 5 exam windows starting August 2024, and accordingly November, Feb, May, and August 2025. So any of the 5 exam window, they can use this scholarship that they get. The validity of the scholarship from the date it is awarded is 1 year. So within 1 year, you have to select an exam window and complete your registration and pay the dues for the scholarship. For those who don't get the scholarship during this particular window, you will be notified for it. You have missed the early bird deadline for the exam, which is August 2024. November will still be open for you if you want to go for the early bird registration. But if you want to register for August, for which only the standard deadline is available, as an applicant for the scholarship cycle, you will be given that exemption and you can register at an early registration fee for August 2024 exam. This is specific to the current cycle and so on and so forth for the other cycles. We'll communicate as and when we frame our policies. I hope that answers the query, Aruna.
Yeah, that's right. So for the benefit of everyone, could you also elaborate how to apply for scholarships?
Right. So everything, anything to do with CFA Institute is all online. It's you have to go onto our website www.cfainstitute.org and go onto the scholarship page. where you will be shown the different type of scholarship. Go on to Access or Women, whichever is relevant, and begin the process online. So you have to submit, answer the questions, and fill in your essays. Everything is online, right? There's no offline process to it. There's a timeline, there's a deadline that's given within which you have to submit. It's the same for registration of CFA program as well. Everything has to be done online through our website.
Sure. Sachin, one more question on the scholarships. You see, other than the Access Scholarship, our university partner universities are granted the scholarships,
Correct.
which is the student scholarships.
Yeah.
How would if anyone is interested here who is undergraduate who would like to get that scholarship, how would they do that? What would the procedure? And then the internal scholarship amount, does it differ? It's the same as Access Scholarship.
Okay, I'll answer the second part first. So the university scholarship, which we refer to, or the student scholarship, the fee for that, if you're awarded, is $400. It's the same as women's scholarship. Access scholarship, the fee for that is $300. It's the lowest, but all other scholarships are at $400. Now, going back to the first part of the question, now this is extended only to a select group of colleges and program within those colleges who have aligned with us as part of the university affiliation program. Basically, their program, whichever that's program, which postgrad or undergrad, they have mapped the curriculum to the curriculum of CFA program as prescribed. So as a university affiliation partner, the universities have certain amount of scholarship that they can extend to students who are part of their program. You will need to reach out to your faculty or the contact person within the university, and they will let us know who has to be extended the scholarship as part of this affiliation. So a university contact person is the right person in that case. Aruna?
Yeah, Sachin, if you are granted a scholarship by the Access or the student, how much of saving do you get? I mean, you got to pay only 350 USD, which cover only registration and the first level examination fee. Then thereafter, once you are done with the level 1, if you go to the second level, there are scholarships available for the second and third levels.
Absolutely. For all levels, you can apply. And if you get through, if it's a case of Access scholarship, and I'm just considering the fee which is applicable right now, it's $300. So in total, you might end up paying us $900. As against if you go via the current early registration fee, which is $940, 940 into 3 plus 350 is close to about $3,000. So we'll end up saying close to $2,000 over a period of 2 to 5 years when you pursue the program. This is as per the current pricing.
If you get a scholarship and if you fail the exam, what happens?
You can still apply. We will not discriminate if you fail. The only case we will not go ahead and extend a scholarship for you is if you're awarded and you don't end up utilizing the scholarship, then you will not be selected for the next time on that. But all other scenarios, you can go ahead and apply. And so one more point I just want to highlight in scholarship. If you're applying for scholarship, you should not be a registered candidate with us. We'll not be refunding any amount. So when you're applying for scholarship, you should not have gone ahead and done your registration already. So keep that in mind. In that case, you'll be directly disqualified.
But in the case of the level 2, then by then you will be already registered student. How do you look at that?
If you're registered, then you're not eligible to apply for scholarship. You'll have to wait for the announcement of the scholarship award, whether you get it or not, post which only you should be registering if you're going through this process.
No, I mean if you are a candidate in the level 2 and if you apply for the scholarship for level 2, how would that work? Because by then you are registered candidate.
That's correct. So that's what I'm stating. If you have cleared your level 1, suppose in the November exam, you got your results in January. If you've already done a registration for level 2, then you do not become eligible to apply for scholarship now. But if you're not registered for level 2, you're still waiting, then you can go ahead and apply for scholarship and then accordingly decide whether you get awarded or not. But if you're registered, irrespective which level you are, then you do not get qualified for even review of your application.
Sure.
Sachin, sorry, just to follow up on that, Sachin. So, for example, if someone was not successful in getting the scholarship at level 1, but say he proceeded with the exam and maybe got through, but now he's deciding whether to register for level 2. At that point, would he be able to still go for the scholarship?
Yes, he will be still, right? Even if he doesn't get it for the first time around, if he's proceeded on other levels and applies again, he still is eligible to get it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, can I pose a question to Travis? I think we have a good offer from HNB. Perhaps do you want to reiterate what the offer is for anyone registering for level 1, or does it apply for level 2 and 3 also?
Yeah, Aruna, so thanks for the question. So so the HMB card is available for any of the levels that you're registering for. So this is for the exam fee that you have to pay when you're registering for each of the levels. So you can avail yourself of this. So it's 0% 12-month installment plan. So yeah, it's available for all 3 levels.
Right. Okay. There's a question probably I will add. Do we need to have a practical experience to complete the exams and begin a charter holder? Example, can a HR professional can do the exam while in HR field and begin a charter holder? Sachin, you want to answer for that?
Add to it. So, irrespective of which field or profession you are in right now, if you are interested in the learning or making a career in this space, yes, you can register right away. You can begin your journey for the CFA program, whether you're an HR professional or an economics grad or somebody who done any other kind of program, you can start your journey. But the end objective, you have to be clear whether it's learning or building a career in this space. It's something you need to evaluate. Shayan, Travis, anything that you want to add on to that from your?
Yes. So in our current batch, we have a lawyer, just to add on. Okay, so someone who has that necessary work experience, which is not necessarily in the field of finance. So you can start off the program, but obviously, as mentioned, if you are to become a charter holder, you need to gather that experience from that respective field of finance. So in terms of that respective number of years, which is 4,000 hours again, I believe. Okay, so if you get that, you can become a charter holder. So that's correct.
And yeah, just one more point I can add on that is that, if you're deciding to do the CFA program, I think your background doesn't really matter. And really the way that the curriculum has been structured, it's open to anyone. Say, even if you're coming in with no accounting background, no finance background, the curriculum is written in such a way that it's very accessible to anyone. So, so your background doesn't really matter in terms of you getting started with the program.
So I'll also add on to what Travis said a little bit. So in terms of areas like financial reporting and analysis, so someone coming in from a non-accounting background, so for that particular reason, the curriculum has areas which explains even the extreme basics of accounting for them to learn from the beginning. So you will not be left out even if someone is from a non-accounting finance background. So that is something I can confirm.
But I suppose at the time of applying for your charter, you need to have the relevant working experience.
That is correct. That is correct. You need 4,000 hours of relevant work experience.
Well, yeah, right. Because some professional exams, of course, the rule is that even before you sit for the finals, you need to complete certain amount of relevant working experience. Then only you are allowed. But in the case of the CFA, it is not so. But of course, at the time of applying for your charter, you need to prove that you have the relevant working experience.
That is correct.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Right. Okay. HNB offer anything you want to add, Travis, once again?
No, I think I covered that. Let me, if it's
Okay,
useful, let me just, yeah, if it's useful, I'll just display the slide in
sure,
case. Yes, yeah. So
sure.
apart from that, there is also, of course, there is like no joining fee for it as well. So it's something, and so that there's other like benefits you would get from HNB. So please do like make use of the card. Yeah,
Sure. Right.
yeah.
Okay. Shehan, for the benefit of everyone, if anyone wants to join your classes, is there a particular contact number? Or is there a way to contact you? Have you got a schedule published?
Yes, basically, this is what I shared with you is our flyer.
Right.
1 second, let me get back to that.
In the meantime, I also saw there was a lot of questions with regard to joining the candidate council. So easiest way to do that is if you search for CFA Society Sri Lanka. If you go to our website, there is the candidate council section there. And if you scroll to the bottom, you can also find the program booklet that I highlighted, and the link to like join the candidate council. So in terms of eligibility, the two what you need is to be a CFA candidate. If you're a registered CFA candidate and you're taking the exam in Sri Lanka, then you would be eligible to join. I saw there was also a question on if, say, you're still not registered yet, but say if you're planning to do so within the next 6 months, then also you can join the candidate council. It's open to you all as well.
Sure. Sure. Right. Right. Shehan,
In terms
you
of,
want to share?
yes. In terms of the phone number, it's not
Yeah.
773-654-254. So you can reach out to us on that particular phone number, and we will be very happy to assist you, basically. And
Okay.
I see a question on the chat with regards to the CFA Research Challenge candidates. And this,
Yeah.
I believe, along with the candidate council, we have offered certain benefits for the finalists, which basically the council will make you aware of. We
Okay.
are
So
happy
they
to
can
do that.
directly contact you.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's fine.
Right. Okay. Okay. There's another question, Sachin. If you are another accounting professional, whether you could apply for the scholarships.
It's an interesting question. I think the rules stay same, irrespective of profession or background you come for, right? We will compare your application and your need, right? If you had some other professional qualification behind you, that's absolutely fine. You need to justify why you need the scholarship more than others, right? I think just on scholarship, also there's one question from Claudia again. Can I apply for two scholarship at the same time? And the answer is yes. And whichever is the scholarship that you get awarded latest will apply to your program fee. So the women's scholarship will be announced earlier, followed by the excess scholarship. So if you get both of it, whichever is the second one, it will be applied to your account.
Sure. Right. So good. I think
Well, one
we
more question,
have.
I think, just I think before we wind up, Aruna, I think there's
Yeah.
something beyond scholarship. Can student exam, what about the exams for abroad living Sri Lankan? So generally, I think not just for abroad, uh, if you're giving an exam in Sri Lanka, say level one, and you, for some reason you have to move out, you can continue your journey in any market wherever you are going. So if you're moving to UK, you can continue with your second level and third level and so on and so forth. So the exam remains same irrespective which part of the world you are in. I don't know, back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Let
Sure.
me add on
Right.
one more thing onto that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
again, in line with classes also, as classes are online, so if you wish to relocate yourself into another country, I don't see a reason why you need to worry. You can always join our classes online from wherever you are in the world.
That's a great opportunity. Yes. Excellent. Right. Okay. So since there aren't any much question, if the panelists or the speakers wants to share anything as a last point, you're most welcome. Otherwise, we can conclude this session. Sachin, anything you want
Yeah, I
to?
think I'll just share from what my interaction and experience has been working with all of in Sri Lanka over the last few years, right? So for candidates, whether you're in a university program or just started employment, there is demand for the program. The employers are looking for talent in your market, right? Those who have gone through a CFA program understand the curriculum in depth and along with the skill set that Travis has highlighted. So if you focus on those paths, and if this is an area where you want to build a career, there is opportunity out there. You just have to take that first step and start your journey with us. So all the best and wish you the great career ahead. Thanks. Thanks, Aruna. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Thanks, Travis and Shehan.
Yeah,
Anything to add?
wishing everyone all the very best in terms of your careers, and hope you will take the CFA path to boost it up. I can assure you that you will definitely get that boost. Okay, no two words about it. Travis shared his personal experience as well. But again, keep in mind, I must admit that it's not something that will come very easily to you. Okay, there's a lot of effort and commitment that needs to be put in. The CFA Society Sri Lanka is there to support you. Alpha Business School is there to support you. And Sachin, representing the CFA Institute, is also there to support you to achieve that milestone. So again, wish you all the very best. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Shehan. Travis, anything to add?
Nothing much really, I don't know, but yeah, just echoing what Sachin and Shan has to say. Yeah, I think, and you have to put in the required effort. At the same time, I think you should see the CFA program as just the stepping stone, as the start of your career. And we are here to like support you in any way we can, and we have been like very cognizant of like the challenges and have been introducing various initiatives to like support you. So please do be in touch and let us know how better we can help and support you on this journey. So wish everyone all the very best with that.
All right. Thank you very much. So we have come to the end of the session. So I would like to thank three of you taking the time and presenting a lot of insights related to the CFA program. And also I'd like to thank all the participants joined for the today's session. And if you do have any questions, you always please reach out to us. We'll be able to help you out. So with that, thank you very much and have a pleasant evening.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Everyone.
you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.